Alright. Hello everybody. I am MadMega, and welcome to Halloween Horror. This is Ghostbusters 2. This is a... I feel like this is appropriate for Halloween, right? It's Ghostbusters, ghosts and everything, right? You know? I feel like that's the way to go. So we'll get started here real fast. And we'll get going here in 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, so that's Vigo. We're not going to really worry about any of the stuff that he says. This game is a game that I had as a kid, loved it, because I love the Ghostbusters. I didn't love it because this was a good game. It is not really an especially good game. But, I mean, it does some interesting, fun things, I think, and so we'll show all of that off. It's pretty cool, though. We get to run around with our slime blower here. This is Ray Stans. It says who each of the Ghostbusters are at the beginning of the stages. It says it in the little thing there on the bottom of the screen, our little heads-up display, so to speak, there. It's got a little readout for the time and our score and how many lives we have. So we're gonna just make our way through here, and this is what is pretty cool. This game does a bunch of different stuff. So before we were just running around in the sewer, just trying to gather some slime. Now we're driving Ecto 1. We're shooting ghosts with some more slime. It's pretty cool. And we're gonna hopefully grab a power up here. Grab this power up. So my slime was green, now it's purple. The big advantage there is that my slime is faster. However, I've just taken damage and it's back to green because this game takes away power-ups if you take damage. It's mean like that. That's okay. That's one of those potholes in Fifth Avenue. I mean, that's why they were digging it up after all. I didn't think anybody'd notice. So you hear those really terrible noises sometimes, right, when I shoot these logos or pick them up. Every 20 of those we get a 1-up, so we're going to try to grab as many of those as we can. It'll help. So that's 2 stages out of the way. Alright, so now we are in the courtroom. This is Winston. And like I said, we get to see who that is down at the bottom. Gets a quick alert as to who we get to play as, and then we move along quite quickly. I should point out, there's no pausing this game. If you push start, you just drop a trap. That's what happens. So if something bad happens and I need to run away from this game for some reason, or, if you were a kid, for example, and your mom told you that it was time to eat dinner, but you were doing really well, that's not gonna matter. You're not gonna get you can't pause the game. So that's how I used to be late to dinner a lot as a kid. So now we're in Central Park, another Ecto stage. This is the last time we'll be driving Ecto 1. Well, that's okay, because this stage is kind of annoying. We're going to line up at the right spot horizontally and hope that we have the right landing to not fall in the pit. You can occasionally, just because the game will decide that it doesn't want you to survive, because it's a mean game sometimes, that you can run over those arrows to get the speed boost to make it over those potholes, and, well, sometimes they don't work. It just won't, you won't get the speed up, and you'll fall into the pit, and everybody's sad. Downright impossible. Alright, so that's the last of our Ecto 1 stages. Here we get Egon. We're in the subway. Gotta make sure that we don't get our bell rung here. Alright, good. It's one of my puns. There'll probably be more. I make no promises that I will avoid them. So we're trying to avoid all of the things the real idea of this game is that you have to avoid all of these, hazards, really, more than anything else. The ghosts are kind of scary, but for example, so he just threw down a little bit of red slime. That doesn't hurt me. It just means that I'll run in place, which, because all of this stuff is moving and will hurt me, eventually, I'd have something like that happen where I'd take damage, and we don't want that. So, real fast, I should mention that I think that they just opened a poll for the next game. It's also Ghostbusters, but that one we get to pick the Ghostbusters that we're running at any given time. So, it's a little more fun. So hopefully, you guys vote. Have a favorite Buster, and get to see that. Oh, come on! I hit that twice. Wow. Okay, so this is actually a pretty significant portion of the game here, this section, where we're in the Statue of Liberty, and they just keep playing higher and higher. The way that this works is that we're trying to avoid, and the speedrun is to go as fast as we can. We want to avoid those bonus rounds where all we're doing is seeing the logos. Unfortunately, to do that, we have to take damage, and we took a couple unintentional hits earlier. So we're not going to take all of the deboosts that we could take, because a few of these earlier ones actually require you to lose a life, whereas some of the later ones you can get by without taking a full total life of damage. Instead of losing a full hit, you only lose the ability to move your arm here. You can see that I can aim. That's not a Statue of Liberty standard model. That's, you got to pay extra. Whereas for some of the later ones, it doesn't get by without taking this model, unfortunately. And so, blind, I can't aim anymore. I can only shoot straight up in the air, which makes this all a lot more annoying. But it's not the end of the world. These first few stages aren't too bad. So we're going to try to get hit here. Just not get hit again, if we can help it. You'll see that there's a bunch of bars and white lines there on the edge. And white lines, well, they blow away, but also if that hits the top of the little HUD there, I'll fall and I'll lose a health, and I don't want to do that. So we're going to try not to get hit again before the end of this stage, and we're getting very close to the end. That should be the last grouping, and that's this stage out. Not too shabby. All right, Nat Vigo wants to talk more. I'm not going to let him. We don't have time for his nonsense. And so that's a trick that, as long as there are 3 enemies on screen and you use the tablet that the Statue of Liberty is carrying, it will eliminate the round and you won't have to fight any more of the enemies. Oh, well, that's a really unfortunate death to take there, because I really couldn't avoid it. There wasn't really anything that I could do there, because I just shot at the exact wrong time for that enemy. It basically caused it to spawn inside of me, and it happened again. So this is great. We're very happy right now with how this is going, I think. we are seeing some tremendously good luck from those spawns, I have to say. That's all right. We can probably stop taking we can probably stop worrying about missing the bonus stages. I think we've done well enough here. Now they're invisible, and this is a really annoying thing, because if you're not lucky with that bomb, you have to do that. You can either stand in one spot and just hold A and hope that you take out enough enemies fast enough to get through that wave, or you can throw a tablet and hope that you're lucky enough that there are 3 things on screen that you can't see, and that will let you complete that round and get to the bonus stage. And we were lucky enough to get through there, and we're also not in the worst shape in terms of health, actually, now that we've just gotten another one up, because we'll be able to get at least one in the last stage too, so we should actually be okay. At least that's what I'm going to tell myself for now. Although okay, wow, some of these ghosts just really are kind of mean today. Ooh. Oh, one must have been just spawned in and not off screen there. Whew, okay. That one's basically slimed me right as it landed, so we're not gonna get a bonus stage in this one no matter what anyways, so that's good. Time-wise anyways. Oh boy. And now now we get these. These are nice because if you don't want to, you don't have to take damage from these guys. They're pretty easy to dodge, and they're also pretty easy to pick up a bunch of heart or logos for 1-ups purposes, because they'll literally just run right into you. As I miss a whole bunch, show just how easy it is, right? Oh, I didn't get a. Never picked up a bomb there, so now you get to see the slow way. We just kind of try to stand, not let stuff get by as much as we can help it. Can't really do anything, and they're invisible, man. We don't know, you know? And as I said, this is the longest part of the game, honestly, is this Statue of Liberty section. We get 2 of these. If we had a bomb, we could end this this section right now, but we have not seen one. Oh, there it is. And we are good. We are out the door. Okay, now we are at the end game, where things get pretty interesting, because everything in this stage is the same color. Do not adjust your television. Your game did not go black and white. This is indeed the color palette chosen for the end of this game. It is gray hate. Tell you what. And so it's a gray enemies flying around on a gray background with gray Ghostbusters. So not hard to see at all, I would argue. Like, this is a totally reasonable thing to ask of your player. So there's Vigo. We're gonna hit him with some slime. Now we gotta get Zedmore over there. Can't be leaving our Ghostbusters all alone there. We gotta get the whole troop over there. So we're gonna have to do this 2.5 more times, basically, because we're about halfway there with Winston. And we're gonna take it a little cautious with some of these candelabras. Really just pause there so I had an excuse to say the word candelabra. Like there, I was hit by a equine statue. Literally, just to say the word equine. You know, looking for excuses to say fun words. Okay. Now, where you have to avoid that. That's a much harder thing to dodge. Halfway there. It's great! You know what? I should mention our spider there. That's our friend. He's, he chases you. So if you've ever played this game, if you've ever beaten it, you have indeed completed a speedrun. This game will not let you stop. It will not let you relax. You have to go. You have to play. Or that spider will get you. And then you'll die. Because it'll just hit you. It'll keep hitting you until you're out of health. It's like the Terminator. It doesn't really care. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. So, I should mention the big Slimers there. So the big Slimers, you notice I dropped the trap and catch them. You can't do anything about them when you have the slime blower. It doesn't actually do any damage to them at all. So we have to use... Oops. See, that's what happens if you drop the a trap a little too late. You don't get you take all the damage. We're gonna take a bunch of deboosts here at the end, I think, because we have enough health, and it's faster to do that in certain places, like here. Although, if we can, it's faster still not to take damage at all. So we're gonna try to. Just a lot of dodging. I gotta dodge, dip, duck, dive, and or dodge. We'll do all of those things. And we're gonna catch this last Slimer, and time is coming up really right at the right as soon as I hit this threshold. That's how the game ends. It ends. I promise that the next Ghostbusters game will have a better ending, but here it is, and that is time. A 1327, and we've ruined a painting. Go us. And we've saved New York, and back when newspapers were important, so go us. It's not even a ghost spider. It's right, it's not even a ghost spider. So that is Ghostbusters 2, released on the NES in the United States. And I promise I will be back with a better Ghostbusters game very shortly. Hope you stick around.